Speaker Pelosi has taken the unprecedented step of denying the minority party's picks for the Select Committee on January 6th. This represents something that has not happened in the House before for a Select Committee by the historian. It's an egregious abuse of power. Pelosi has broken this institution, denying the voice of members who have served in the military. Jim Banks, a Navy veteran who served in Afghanistan, serves on HASC, chair of the largest caucus in the Republican Conference, and law enforcement, as well as a leader of a standing committee. Jim Jordan isn't ranking of just his first committee, he's done it before. Jim Jordan has served on Select Committee and serves on one now. Made it undeniable this panel has lost all legitimacy and credibility. And it shows exactly what I warned back at the beginning of January, that Pelosi would play politics with this. For more than 6 months, you have a better example of the Senate, bipartisan. Schumer didn't pick who went on of the Republicans. They already have the report done by 2 different committees. 2 main questions. Why was the Capitol so ill-prepared for that day when they knew on December 14th they had a problem? And what have we done to make sure that never happens again? Pelosi has created a sham process.
All right, guys. So, as you can see there, that is Kevin McCarthy responding to Nancy Pelosi, rejecting Representative Jim Jordan from Ohio and Representative Jim Banks from Indiana to be a part of the January 6th Select Committee, okay? And this was done by the House to investigate January 6th, right? But, you know, from the get-go, guys, this has always been a sham. And the fact that the Republicans continue to get played on this issue is one of the most frustrating things I've ever seen in my life, because it really shows just how incompetent the leadership of the Republican Party is in regards to Kevin McCarthy. I mean, this guy gets steamrolled every single time by Pelosi. But before I get into that, let's watch a response from Liz Cheney in regards to her feelings about what happened. Take a look.
To interrupt you, Congresswoman Liz Cheney is speaking at Capitol Hill.
The attack on this building on January 6th was the worst attack on this Capitol since 1814. It was an attack on our Constitution. We supported what would have been the very best option, which was a bipartisan independent commission. The minority leader opposed that. He lobbied against it in the Senate, and the Senate blocked it. The American people deserve to know what happened. The people who did this must be held accountable. There must be an investigation that is nonpartisan, that is sober, that is serious, that gets to the facts wherever they may lead. And at every opportunity, the minority leader has attempted to prevent the American people from understanding what happened, to block this investigation. Today, the Speaker objected to 2 Republican members. She accepted 3 others. She objected to 2, one of whom may well be a material witness to events that led to that day, that led to January 6th. The other, who disqualified himself by his comments in particular over the last 24 hours, demonstrating that he is not taking this seriously. He is not dealing with the facts of this investigation, but rather viewed it as a political platform.
All right, guys. So as you see there, obviously, Liz Cheney is siding with Nancy Pelosi, right? She's just going full-blown rogue, right? She's just like, I'm not a Republican, okay? That's basically what Liz Cheney has done, right? She's a full-blown traitor to the party. And there's a couple ways to kind of look at this situation, right? Obviously, this is a sham from the get-go, okay? And I guess you can look at this as a power grab from Nancy Pelosi, right? Like, listen, if you claim it's supposed to be bipartisan, if you give the Republicans, right, the House Minority Leader, the power to actually pick, then you just got to accept who he picks, right? You just got to accept who he picks, period. However, That's not what she did. Okay, because she has veto power, which again, it's Kevin McCarthy's fault, and I'm going to rant on him in a little bit. But it just kind of shows that, you know, Nancy Pelosi just wants what she wants, and that it's always been partisan. So they can't have the investigation if it's not the right Republicans. Basically, Republicans that are going to agree with whatever findings that she wants to be discovered and to be put in front of the public. Right? That's basically what it shows. You don't give the minority leader power to pick and then say, oh, well, I don't like these picks, so we're just going to reject. No, that's not how bipartisanship works, right? Even though you do have veto power, but at the same time, it's like, why would you even do it, right? I mean, you have, a total of 10 people. 2 people that you don't like not being on it? Is that really going to spoil the whole thing? I don't think so. So obviously this is BS from Nancy Pelosi, but in my opinion, it's all Kevin McCarthy's fault in the first place and the weak Republican leadership. And this kind of exemplifies, again, how much of an idiot Kevin McCarthy is at this point, right? How incompetent this guy is. Because the Republicans, guys, they played this whole thing wrong from the beginning. They played it wrong. Their strategy was to obstruct, and not to play it smart. And this is my biggest complaint with the Republican Party, guys. And this is a frustrating issue to me because this was a prime opportunity to really turn some things right back around on Democrats, but they failed. The Republicans obstruct to a fault, right? When your default setting is to say no, 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 you miss opportunities to get layups, to score some points, to go on offense, right? What they should have did is said, you know what? Yes, we want a January 6th commission. We want to know what happened at the Capitol that day. We want to know why those people were able to so easily get in. We want to know what happened to the people who either died from that event or died during the event, right? We want to know all that. We want to know why was this known about beforehand and nobody didn't do anything about it. We want to know why there wasn't more security. We want to know, right? But what we also want to know is about Antifa's involvement and the rioters and how those things were funded and how those things happened last year, all last year. That's what the Republicans should have been saying from the get-go. That's what they should have been saying. They should have been saying, no, we want it. However, the ball is not in our court. The ball is in Nancy Pelosi's court because we want to investigate all political violence. Right? We're serious about taking care of all the political violence in this country, right? But we want to do it not only on our side, we want to do it on their side. And the reason why you do that, guys, is because what happens is that now the conversation is not about January 6th anymore. You now, because you agree, right, that, hey, yeah, this should be investigated. You're not just obstructing to be obstructing. You say, oh, no, you're right. We should investigate January 6th. We agree on that, right? Okay, yeah, we agree on that. We don't need to talk about it anymore. Let's talk about what happened last year. Let's talk about Antifa. Who's funding them, right? Why is this group still active and still destroying cities like Portland, Oregon? What's going on with that? Why are we not investigating that? What happened with all these riots and protests last year? What happened with all the looting, the stealing, right? How is all this stuff funded? How is all this stuff organized? Because then if you do that and you put the conversation on that, you make the mainstream media recognize that, oh, yes, there was stuff that happened last year. There was political violence that happened last year. You take the conversation off of January 6th. If you just go out there and you just deny, then what you do is that you put yourself in a game where now the media and the Democrats can say, look, see, Republicans, they don't even want to acknowledge January 6th. They just want to, not talk about it at all. When we do want to talk about it, everybody wants to talk about it because there are things that people on the right even wants to know. Why it's so easy for those people to get in the first place. And some of the things dealing with Ashley Babbitt, right? That's what they want to know, right? That's what they want to know. So it's not like your base is not interested in not knowing anything at all. The play, again, would have been to say, yes, we want that, but it's up to the Democrats. The Democrats got to want to investigate the political violence on their side. But see, no, they didn't do that, right? They played Nancy Pelosi's stupid game where they gave her the power to control who was going to be on the committee. She had the final veto power. So if Nancy Pelosi didn't approve of who Kevin McCarthy picked, then the Democrats can just reject it. They can just reject it and be like, nah, we don't want these people up here. Right? Again, smearing more Republicans in the process. Playing Nancy Pelosi's silly games when you don't even have to do that. Because all you have to do is say, no, we're not doing anything until we investigate what happened last year. It cost us billions of dollars. It cost us X amount of lives. And then what you do is you take some of that ad money, right? All that millions of dollars you guys have raised through the RNC, and you start running ads of all the political violence that happened last year. And you start to ask, why does Nancy Pelosi not want to investigate this? Oh, your small business burned down? Oh, your business was shut down and the Democrats allowed it to be burned down? Right? Oh, the Democrats don't want to investigate Antifa? Why is the Democrats allowing this to happen? Republicans, we want to investigate. We want to know what really happened. We want to know what happened with everything. We're trying to protect everybody. Democrats, they just want to protect themselves. They don't even want to protect their own citizens from their extremists. Hey, we just want to investigate everybody. We want to protect everybody, right? Especially our police officers, okay? Especially our business owners, especially those innocent people who were negatively affected by all the political violence in this country. We're trying to cool it down, right? That's what you say. That's how you apply pressure. That's how you play politics. But no, these people are incompetent. They don't know how to play politics. I don't understand why. Put the ball in the Democrats' court. Make the Democrats acknowledge that Antifa is real. I mean, guys, for the life of me, I don't understand how they keep getting away with this talking point that Antifa's an idea when they're obviously an organized group, right? I mean, damn, make them just even acknowledge Antifa. They don't even have to acknowledge Antifa. When has Nancy Pelosi had to acknowledge anything about Antifa? She's never had to, because the Republicans have never made them do it. They never made them do it because they always play defense. And that's the frustrating part, man. The Republicans don't have any other gear except taking it from the Democrats. They have no other gear. This was the time to go on offense. This was the time to reverse the role on the Democrats. Democrats do it all the time to the Republican Party. All the time they reverse it on the Republicans. But Republicans, for whatever reason, they can't figure out how to do the same thing. Like I said, man, this is an ish show. It's not going anywhere. It was never going anywhere. And Kevin McCarthy, he got to go, man. Somebody else got to step up and be the leader. Somebody with some cojones, right, has to take over. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.